Definitely a learning curve, but it feels good. Not nearly as nimble as my Huron, that's for darn sure. But the suspension makes me realize how much more I need better suspension on my Huron, because this is just kind of mind-blowing. Slick. Get my goggles again. Nice. is on a 2002 XR400, and I think it's got stock suspension. He's getting it all fixed up, and it is bad to the bone. He's cooking along on it. This is his first real major ride. He's just a good rider. That's all there is to that. But it's a little moist out here, just as pouring rain. We're having some perfect dirt up here. Down the bottom it's a little gooey and thick. We are on some fun single track for a little OHV park. Whew. Hard to keep up with him. Oh. He's 61 years old, everybody. No excuses. I think Skip behind us is 63. Now 57. We're out here having the time of our lives. Oh boy, almost died though. Right there. Went off the hill right there. Yes, sir. That was close. Uh-oh, here's another one. Woo! I didn't make that one near as clean as he did. He doesn't even have a left-hand rear brake. He just motored around that. Woo! This is a slippery one here. Perfect for what I needed to do today. And this is the first right hand. Whew. That was gnarly. Setup. Definitely putting my feet down there. That's why they made that new trail.
I got some epic footage of you. Freaking right behind you.
Nice.
You just bombing in that bad butt to the bone bike.
Sheriff was ripping that thing.
Dude, he's killing it. Especially on this tight single track, man. I'm like, holy moly.
Yeah, that's getting to be like, I call that kind of stuff ultra track.
Dude.
Ultra track?
Huh?
Ultra track?
Ultra track.
That stuff is
Like, you're not turning around. Or
no.
You know.
Well, we went up that with some newbies. I love it. Guys, I've been riding almost a whole year.
Nice. Yeah, you've ridden more than any of us by far.
I think I freaking, I had some photos.
Too.
What's that?
It shows. You look real natural and flowing.
Well, thank you.
Like, not just purposeful, like you're having fun. And that's
Yeah, I have a hard time keeping up with you now. In a lot of places, Naples for sure, but.
Oh, well, that makes me feel good. Because I still don't feel very confident yet.
good.
But I'm having the damn time of my life.
And real handsome doing it.
Thank you, and I match. Well, oh shit, I got this off and then I'll match.
Ever uphill on a switchback with this bike, and I didn't feel that comfortable, to be honest with you. So this is going to be interesting. I'm sure I'll get used to it. This is the one. This is the one right here.
Here's the one.
I need to back up. Well, the line I would take where you are is right to the left right there. Right to the left and over that route. You want to go first?
Go for it.
Well, I can't, but I can go up the middle. Okay. Right on. That was sweet. Yeah, that's the tricky one right there. No problem.
Lord mercy, that was... Oh yeah! Lord mercy, that was terrifying!
Yeah, this was the other one. Something just didn't look right. But I saw this one, and this is the one. Still pretty messed up,
Woo! Gnarly.
There's something holding the bike down. There we go. Woo! Yeah, it's caught me by surprise. They do that.
Fuck that bronc! You all right?
I didn't see that route. That's gnarly. Those roots are so slippery. Oh my gosh. Can you get out? Trying to hold it. I got the bike, it's not going to go backwards. Switchback. Landed on my thigh though, on that root, pinched it. I think that made things more lively. Bike compared to my Suron Ultra B, when I'm riding in rocks and hitting roots and stuff, I don't get near the deflection. It just soaks it up and keeps tracking straight. Where my Suron, it wanted to deflect it. Putting on the stereo stabilizer helped a lot. I know front suspension, real front suspension, will help a lot. But yeah, I see what I'm missing in that respect for sure. But we're going back to the truck right now. We're not hitting the tavern, so we're not making a 40-mile ride out of this. I could have easily done this on the Suron, but I really wanted to try this out, see what I'm getting into next week. So first time I leaned this thing over, wouldn't start. I had to push start it downhill. Well, then I got it started and then got stuck. It wasn't cleared out all the way. It died and I had no more downhill left. So I had to push it down the trail a ways. And that was after mega kicking the crap out of it. But then on the second time, Skip said, turn the gas off, pull the compression release in, kick it, full throttle 15 times, gas back on, try to kick it, started right up. And then I killed it again, same thing, wouldn't start. Took a few more tries, but it did start using that method. The main thing is to get a lot of compression kicks in, or decompression kicks, and kick that gas out. And then your gas is turned off, so it's not pushing any more in there. So, really glad I figured that out, and there's a Skip's help, of course, on this ride.